So the last part required for the solar panel project has finally arrived. This is the waterproof deck gland that will allow the wires from the solar panels to route through the deck and into the battery bank. The complete parts list includes two 100-watt Victron solar panels, 10 meters of UV resistant solar panel wiring, MC4 solar connectors, a set of NOA Swedish-made aluminium panel brackets, and a Victron Smart Solar MPPT Bluetooth controller. To maintain the boat's low centre of gravity and have minimal effect on the righting momentum, the panels will be mounted on the pushpit rails, which were extended last year. A panel will be mounted on each side and they'll be wired in series, so the positive lead from one panel is wired to the negative lead of the other panel. Then the positive from one panel and the negative from the other panel run through the deck gland to the controller inside the boat. This is then wired to the battery bank. Because the pushpit rails had been extended, the guard wires had to be shortened. It proved difficult to find anyone to do the job in Spain, so they were resized by Aladdin's Cave riggers in Bursledon during a visit to the UK. The shortened guard wires were a perfect fit. The next thing I've got to do is take out this deck gland. This is the old one, and pull the wires through from inside. The black wire took a day to wire through the boat, and it's taken me about 2 hours to unwire it. The white wire is relatively short. That's it there, that's just the navigation light, and the black one is 10 meters long, so got some pulling to do. Not really a thing of beauty unless you're a boat owner, I suppose. And then we've got two solar cables coming out, and just behind that anchor is the new deck gland. And so the deck gland sits on the tow rail and feeds the wires down through the ceiling of this small cupboard. So this is the power terminal, and this is the power take-up for the stern light. This is the cable for the GPS antenna for the AIS transponder, and these are the two solar power cables, which I've just popped a bit of heat shrink on in places just to neaten everything up. That disappears down behind this wooden panel, and then it comes out at the bottom. The GPS cable is routed away from them, but I can't stop it from crossing at points. And the two solar power cables then run down behind that bulkhead, where there's a small limber hull, and they come out through this bulkhead behind this loom here. In fact, they're down there. These are the two wires. Just put a cable tie on them. So this battery bank is a set of Rolls AGMs bought in October 2017 in Gibraltar. Had a set of AGMs before it, and they lasted 9 years, so quite impressed with that. The battery bank is 380 amp hours, which is not vast. They're four 95 amp hour batteries. With that, hopefully the 200 watts of solar power I'm fitting will enable the boat to be at anchor for weeks rather than days. Here you can see the Victron MPPT controller now mounted on the side of the battery box. The positive wire is fed through an existing hole in the side of the box to run to the positive battery terminal. To the right you can see the shunt and electrical current sensor. The negative lead from the controller has to be connected to the shunt. This allows the battery monitor to detect current coming from the panels, which allows the Victron battery monitor to measure the voltage differences and give information about current entering or leaving the battery bank. The Victron Connect app allows the user to connect to the solar power controller via Bluetooth. Here you can change the device's algorithm, including float and bulk voltage thresholds, to ensure there's no conflict with shore power chargers or alternators. You can also see real-time values for current generated by the panels and what the batteries are getting. The controller monitors the output of the panels, comparing it to the battery voltage and converting it to the best voltage to get power into the battery. Here you'll see the panels are generating 89 watts, and this enters the controller as 34.33 volts at 2.6 amps. The controller modifies the current to 13.15 volts at 6.4 amps. If you apply Ohm's law to these figures, you will see that both the current from the panels to the controller and from the controller to the battery are roughly equal to the wattage created by the panels. With the controller easily monitored from anywhere on the boat via Bluetooth, it can be installed out of sight with a minimum cable run to the battery bank to reduce voltage drop. Thanks for watching. A complete list of the parts used in this project and a breakdown of costs and time taken to complete is in the video description.